What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I think one of the most interesting changes in this new season is for some reason they buffed one of the best moves in the game, which is Shadow Ball. I don't know why they made it cheaper, but because they did, Pokemon like Licky Licky get to that move so much quicker. I wanted to give it a showcase today with a team that's kind of a throwback here. I'm going to use Licky Licky as well as Medicham and Shadow Celio. I used to use a team back in the day with Medicham, Lickitung, and Walrein. I feel like this is kind of the modern day version of the team, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get to the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, we got our first battle. Kind of excited to try this team out. It is a throwback to a team I used to run. And, you know, starting things off strong here, we get the Cradilly in the lead. One of the best things a fighting type can see. We'll see if they stay in. No, they don't. They swap into a Sableye here. And we bring in our Licky Licky. This is going to be an interesting matchup here, because I have a lot of non-stab damage against them. But they have, efficient attacks themselves, right? Foul Play obviously did get that damage buff in this season, so I don't think it quite two-shot us here, at least not from this range. But actually, it's kind of close to being able to. With that said, I don't know how much I really need switch advantage in this game. I have a Celio as well as a Medicham for that, what's it called? The Cradilly. So I feel like we're not in that bad of a spot, even if we do lose switch. Although there could be a second ghost type, which might be a little bit scary. Okay, they let that go. So now Body Slam should be enough here. I'd imagine if they let it go, though, they're likely planning on just sacrificing their Sableye, but maybe they shield this. Shadow Claws would come close to knocking us out here. Honestly, they actually can just one-shield and farm us down there. I'm kind of impressed by that, actually. I'm going to bring in Medicham. Might be a strange play, but they have Power Gem potentially, right? I don't want to shield a Power Gem on my Celio. I don't want to shield anything from the Sableye. Foul Play does hurt a little bit here, but now I'm going to bring in Celio and just see what we can do with the Seal here. Likely Cradilly comes in, but that's fine because we have that buffed damage to Powder Snow in this season. And they're already down a shield and down energy, so Surf here is going to hurt quite a bit. Alright, so I'm kind of sad so far that Licky Licky did end up losing that matchup against Sableye, but I mean, it wasn't terrible, right? It could have been worse. It could have been worse, I guess. Okay, so they are right now 6 away from their next Rock Tomb. I can go for the Body Slam here in just a second. Maybe I can farm down. I don't think I can, though. Yeah, not quite. But, I mean, I can force a second shield out of them here. Or if they let this go, that's also fine by me. Let's see what they want to do. They shield, actually. Interesting. I mean, I can clear my debuff if I need to here, so I don't know what's in the back, but I'll be interested to see. I'm hoping it's not a Jellicent. That would be a bit of a bad core breaker to see right now. It's a Jellicent. Yeah, we were going to lose this game. Then, no, dude. It's a Jellicent in the back. Of course it is. The core breaker. I was hoping for, like, a Gourgeist if there was a second ghost. I wasn't really expecting a second ghost if I'm being real. But yeah, honestly, Jelly is a pretty strong Pokemon in this season. I wonder if I would have landed a move if maybe a Surf or two could knock this out. But I'll be real, I don't think we had much of a chance here, because Medicham has no damage output whatsoever against this Jellicent. Yeah, we'll just let our Celio go down. That is unfortunate. We got a good lead. Unfortunately, Licky Licky was actually a little bit underwhelming into Sableye. And for some reason, they had a Jellicent into the backline, so we did get core broken as well. So it started out really good, but unfortunately not quite able to close it out there. All right, let's not see another Jellicent here. We don't need that. Medi into Altaria. Okay, unironically a good matchup for Medicham. Although it's like I have two things that are also pretty good into this in the backline, right? So I don't really know what I want to do. At the very least, I'll go for an Ice Punch here, because it is super effective on both the Dragon and the Flying type here. They're at 13, so they have a Sky attack. I'll swap. Okay, I guess we bait out the Jellicent. Like, how bad can this be, really? Like, realistically, how bad can this be? Also, is Jellicent just really common? Maybe I shouldn't be this weak to Jellicent. That's not ideal, I guess, but I mean, I bet if I start shielding here, I can put in some pressure the longer it goes. Because these Powder Snows, while they are resisted, are still going to add up quite a bit. Alright, we're at yet another Surf here. Let's see if we get a shield or not. I would expect to see a no-shield, honestly. Oh, we actually get a shield, okay. Nice, we go for the catch here on our Licky Licky, and we get a full rollout sneak as well. So this is going to set us up to where we can potentially use our Licky Licky as just a damage sponge here. And we still have a lot of HP on our Medicham as well as our Celio. They bait out a Malamar as well, which is a bit of a scary Pokemon to see. They have access to Superpower, but because this thing has a lot of work to do against us, and because I still have my Celio and my Medicham around at pretty high health, I feel like they're in a bit of a scary spot. I'll go for the Shadow Ball here because it will do a bit more raw damage, and I wouldn't mind getting a shield. Or if they let it go, that's also pretty fine by me. Oh my goodness, that basically just knocks out. I don't know if a Superpower even knocks us out. It's non-stab from a Malamar, like it's... We'll see, it's not Shadow Malamar, right? Okay, it actually does knock us out, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, but they get a second move too? Okay, I should have come in Medicham. I thought that they would not get that. I might have just thrown the game by doing this. Okay, but they foul play, so maybe that's still playable? I don't know. I'm trying to throw this game, believe it or not. But honestly, I might still be in a playable position here. We'll see. They come back in Jellicent, right? So, potentially my Medicham can still close things out if I need it to. Which I probably will, alright? Whoa. I mean, I might as well shield this up. I have the energy here on my Celio. I should win CMP against that Jellicent. And it's not like I get one-shot by a move on my Medicham by this Altaria. So, I should be fine. I should be fine. We'll see, though. There's always a chance I'm not fine. Alright. We'll go for the Ice Punch here, get the knockout, and then hopefully we can go for a move into that Jellicent to KO them. I'd imagine Celio wins CMP against Jellicent, but maybe there's a chance I don't. Okay, but they throw energy anyway. Which, I mean, I think a Dynamic Punch would have come close to knocking him out with the fast pressure I have anyway. Let's see, Surf's on the right side, right? Yeah. Don't want to Body Slam this. That's a way to guarantee lose the game. Alright, so Jellicent is such an annoying Pokemon, but luckily we got a nice catch in the mid-game. And despite trying my best to throw this game, we did in fact win it, so let's keep it going. Next opponent. Medicham into Celio. Okay, this is where Medicham should be pretty good in theory, but obviously they might try to catch at some point. Okay. Unfortunately, Shadow Sableye comes through here, which we saw is not the most consistent matchup for me. And I am a little bit scared about, like, what if, once again, there's a Jellicent in the back? That could be annoying, right? Alright, Shadow Ball is going to do quite a bit of damage here. Let's see if we get his shield or not. Alright, Shadow Ball gets the shield. Okay, that's honestly probably good for me. I get a second Shadow Ball through as well. Just don't be Jellicent in the back, please. That's like the one way I know we'd be in a bad spot. Okay, they let that go. And they throw an alignment here. I'm going to let this go. Because I think that I'd have to double shield this, and I don't really want to. Licky Licky is actually just kind of tragic in that matchup, I'm not going to lie. Oh my goodness! What? Thank you, trainer. Thank you. Why did you swap this back in? I guess they saved energy with that Sableye, fair enough, but now they've lost switch and shield advantage, so I don't know how ideal that is for them. Okay. I try to go for a catch, doesn't quite work out, though. I wish that they would have thrown the Surf immediately, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we should still be in a pretty good spot here. They have energy on that Sableye. I'd rather shield the Sableye rather than shielding the Celio here. And I should be able to Powder Snow this down before a third Body Slam. Yeah. Let's see what they bring in. Probably the Sableye, but maybe their third Pokemon. Especially if they have... Okay. Thank goodness. This time it's the actual Ghost type that Medicham can play against. And while these charge attacks are resisted, we have to keep in mind my fast moves are not. So they kind of have to shield this, right? And if they shield this, then I win the game with my Medicham going for an Ice Punch. And if they no shield, then Fast Move Pressure probably just wins me the game. Okay, I mean, they're choosing to just let that go completely. Alright. We'll shield once just in case they Shadow Ball us, but if they get to another move, which I mean, it would just be a Seed Bomb, we can no shield that. Yeah. And now we can either double Ice Punch or Psycho Cut down that Sableye. I guess we'll go for the double Ice Punch. And honestly, I don't think a Foul Play knocks us out from here. So, like, even if they had back-to-back moves, which I know they don't, they wouldn't be able to knock us out. Yeah, they would need a Dazzling Gleam, just like that. So it's probably a good thing that we shielded that up. Honestly, I kind of wonder, like, what's the moveset on Sableye nowadays? Because you could also run newly buffed Shadow Sneak, or you could run Power Gem. It has a lot of options now, which is kind of cool. But Medicham able to close it out there. Love to see it. All right, next match. Medi into Clefable. I will admit, not the greatest lead that I've ever seen. I'm going to say swap my Licky Licky here and see what they want to do. Alright, they go for a Meteor Mash, which will probably do a decent chunk of damage to us here, but I'm happy they're staying in desyncing the switch clock. They're at 1 right now. Ow. 2, 3. Luckily, Body Slam will outpace them before their next Meteor Mash, but it probably won't two-shot them, right? Yeah, not quite. The bad thing about Licky Licky is the fast move pressure is a little bit non-existent, right? Non-stab rollout is not really known for its fast move pressure, but if I can just whittle down this Clefable, I think I'm fine with that as well. I'm going to shield this up. I'd basically get knocked out by the Meteor Mash. At the very least, I'd get Fairy Winded down before my next Body Slam, so I kind of have to. And I'm fine going down to shield here, because Licky Licky is still healthy enough to probably get some work in against the backline if they do let this go. Okay, we get a shield here as well. Alright. I don't think I can Psycho Cut this down. Psycho Cut is not a good move, but I can go for a Powder Snow down here. But I'll reveal my full team, and that is a little bit scary. I'm hoping, though, Clefable is their best Medicham counter. Yeah, we do get the full farm down here. Love to see that. They might bring in, like, a Celio or something right here. Or they bring in a Gastro, of all things, which is not necessarily a hard counter to a Celio. They're at 5 right now, so they could go for a Water Pulse against us. I'm a little bit concerned about what's in the back. We have no idea what it could be. Alright, they actually let us throw before they throw a Body Slam, so I get a shield from them, or a knockout, potentially. Oh, not quite. Oh, no! What is this? You're not supposed to have a Dust Noir. That's tragic. Basically, I need to be able to survive this Astonish, and get this... Would I have got the Surf if I would have overfarmed here? I wonder. But I get this through, which might put them into Ice Punch range. Which we'll see. We'll see if that's even a possibility here. The problem is the switch clock is going to be up for them here, too. So they can probably swap into Gastro now and go for the Water Pulse, unfortunately. If I would have knocked them out, then this game would have been a win. The fact they survive on 1 is so sad. Don't swap, trainer. No! No! Aw, man. Dude, there should not be this many ghosts right now. Medicham does not deserve this. Medicham really does not deserve this. Man, I'd have to watch that back. I don't know if I would have got the Surf if I went for if I went for it against that Dusknoir there. Poor Medicham. We got a decisive game 5 here. Medicham needs to start picking up some good wins. That's a good matchup. That's not a bad matchup here. We'll see what they want to do. Do they have a counter? Dude, every single game is a Sableye save swap. There's got to be a Gourgeist in the back, like 100%. I swear, dude. Is this the only Pokemon that people are save swapping now? Should I be running Medicham Wigglytuff Core? I might need to start running that. Dude, is this Sableye getting like a breakpoint against us too? I feel like I'm lower HP than I have been in the past with this matchup. Okay, they do let that go. But I should still survive this, right? If I get knocked out here, then there is a breakpoint. Yeah, okay, I survived that pretty well. And once again, I just feel like Celio is going to have play in the back with shields, even if I don't win Switch. Okay. So we'll just farm down here with Medicham. We'll take a Foul Play and some Shadow Claw damage. But I'll have some energy, right? If there is a Gourgeist in the back, we'll have some energy for that, surely. Okay, maybe I should swap here. These Shadow Claws are doing a lot, and I'm not doing anything with Psycho Cut. Bring in that Steelix. I know. That's what you want to do. I mean, it's Shadow into Shadow. Surf is going to hurt a decent amount here, right? It probably won't one-shot, though, because, I mean, it's a Celio, and Surf isn't the strongest move in the game. Although there's a chance that's Powder Snow downrange after the fact, so I'm going to shield this up anyway. I swear, if it's just Jellicent, I'm going to be so sad. Psychic Fangs gets the shield. No, it is the Gourgeist, as we thought. Alright. If I can swap here, that'd be pretty good. These Incinerates, thanks to that defense drop, are doing quite a bit of damage to us. Yes, I can swap. Or... so they're back-to-back Seed Bombs. I survive a Seed Bomb here. I feel like they're not going to Shadow Ball, but maybe they do. They do Shadow Ball. Fair enough. But don't I farm this down now? And then surf the Steelix? If Steelix comes in, I need to throw energy. And while they did get a Thunderfang through against us, I think I would have been knocked out by an Incinerate anyway, so it's not like that really matters. I think 2 Powder Snows knock out before that Incinerate registers, so we should be able to farm down. Yeah, just a single Powder Snow does it. Nice, let's go. Okay, so many ghosts, like double ghost teams that we've seen so far. Like, Medi's been picking up some leads, but I'll be honest, Licky is a little bit suspicious into Sableye specifically, so we'll hopefully get some better matchups for it here in the next set. Let's see, that gets us up to rank 8 as well. Okay, love to see it. All right, we got our next battle here. Medi into Magcargo. Okay. Not exactly what I was targeting beating Medicham today, but I'll take that. Oh, they're on Ember? Interesting. That makes it a little bit more awkward where I can't, like, guarantee they don't catch unless I wait a turn, and waiting a turn doesn't really have a consistent, you know, it's not consistent anymore, so. Okay, they shield that, which is crazy. I don't get one shot by an overheat here. I'm going to let this go. Medicham's likely not the core breaker that's going to sweep this team. But they actually do overheat, which is kind of crazy. Oh, let's go. For once, I get the RPS into the Jellicent. Honestly, my whole team's good into Magcargo, or at least playable into it, so I'm not that upset about switch advantage if I end up losing it. But I'm very happy here that I can at least avoid Celio into this, right? Celio is kind of my MVP so far today, so Celio avoiding the Pokemon that walls basically all of my damage is pretty nice. Although we have seen Celio into Jellicent is not even that bad, for some reason. I guess it's just because Celio has such efficient attacks that it's able to still brute force its way through it a little bit. Alright, we survived the Surf here, and we should be able to go for a Shadow Ball in just a second. We can never really farm this down, unfortunately, and we can't Body Slam with Licky because Body Slam is obviously double resisted by Ghost typing, so gotta go for the Shadow Ball. A little bit of a waste of energy, but I feel like it's not the end of the world to do that. Okay, down goes the Jelly. That's good for Celio. Magcargo might come back in here, but they have to throw a lot of energy to knock us out if they do. Okay, whoa. Alright, we got the CMP here. I mean, if you're going to disrespect fighting that much, then yeah, I'm going to bring back in Medicham for sure. They shield. Man, I wonder if they're going to Rock Tomb me here. I wonder. Luckily, they're on Bullet Seed, so the fast pressure here is kind of non-existent, right? They swap back, though, into Magcargo, which is honestly pretty fine. Because I still have my Celio for that one guy. And we land that move there, too. Oh my goodness. Dude, Medicham! Medicham, I have missed you so much. The bulk here on this Pokemon is just ridiculous. Okay. Now we just swap in Celio, and we start sealing up the game. I don't know. I'll go for the Body Slam before I get debuffed. Maybe a stupid play, but I honestly feel like it's a smart play here, just to guarantee that I get all of the non-debuff damage that I can. Because the Surf is still going to knock out after the fact. We can shield this up, and since they throw an alignment there too, I can just throw after 4, and that's like immediately when I get it, and that's going to be good timing. Even with that debuff here, Powder Snow is shredding through this thing. Honestly, I love the Powder Snow buff so much. It's really nice to have a lot of different ways to have fast move pressure into Cradilly. Surf should basically knock out. It actually does survive there, because Cradilly is still, pretty bulky, but Celio able to close it out, and Medicham, man, popping off in that game. Got our next battle. Medicham's been doing all right so far. Not anymore. Oh, boy. That's a bad lead. Okay. We'll swap in Celio here and hope for the best. Like, the one thing that we've learned is Powder Snow does do a sizable amount of damage. And luckily, they're not the best player in the world, because they throw after 5 instead of 4. They don't recognize that on the safe swap here, you can actually throw immediately for good timing. And look, like, my Powder Snows have done, like, a quarter of their HP. So that's something, I guess. Like, I don't need to win this matchup. I just need them not to come out of it with, like, a full HP Jellicent. They have another Shadow Ball now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a shield here, but I also, like, they could also no shield pretty easily. Yeah. Alright, so they're at the next Shadow Ball right now. Actually, they're one past, right? This is awkward. Oh no, I'm gonna get swept! This is tragic news. This is the worst. This is just the worst that could happen right now. Unfortunately, Medicham, while it does resist the damage from this Primeape, with the fast moves, these super effective Rage Fists are not gonna be great. If I can survive this plus, like, 2 Karate Chops, maybe there's still a play. I don't think I can. I think I get knocked out by these 2 Karate Chops here. Because if I could get both shields down, then maybe my Celio can come back in and throw a move, but, this is not looking good. No! That was, like, Celio is, or Jellicent's bad enough. We didn't need to see the Primeape as well. That is tragic there. Okay, I feel like that's not my fault. That's their fault for running that team. That's ridiculous. Okay, next opponent. No more Primeape. We don't need to see that again. Wait. This is terrible. This is so bad. Oh, no. Maybe I can dance around. Okay, they don't throw in amazing timing here, which is helpful. If they stay in this matchup, that is the best case scenario, but I feel like they're probably going to chip and dip here. Sacred Sword is super effective. Boom. Alright. So we do at least get a shield here, or a lot of damage if they let this go. Let's see what they want to do. They do shield. 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I'll match shields here, I guess. The problem is, they're probably going to catch at some point, and it's so hard to tell, like, if they catch or not. Okay, they come back in with a Licky Licky here. And while I will take a Shadow Ball pretty quickly on, I feel like that's fine at this point. I'll always get at least one Dynamic Punch off against this Lickitung, or Licky Licky, that is. Ow. And this gives my Medicham at least a little bit of play, whereas it was going to have almost none a second ago, so maybe this is still kind of fine. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Smart overfarm by them. I'm going to bring in my Celio here and build up a lot of energy, though. Okay, so they're at the Shadow Ball right now, but I have a lot of energy on my Licky Licky still. They do Shadow Ball, so I should get the farm down before another move. Alright, they come back into Blade. This game is going to get so weird. I have no idea what they have in the back at this point. They shield that, okay. I was really hoping that they would not get that move off there. I should have baited, I guess, with a Body Slam, which would be insane. But I guess I should have. Alright. Shadow Ball should knock out here, though, right? Surely? I don't know, actually. Maybe it's not quite a one-shot, but I'd be so happy if it was. Okay, it does knock out. Nice. They might bring back in Licky Licky. Oh, they bring in their final Pokemon. It's an Altaria. Okay, hold on. This is actually very playable right now, because I have a lot of energy on my Celio, and we have a lot of damage here across the board. I should be able to swap. Go for the Body Slam. And I think that I can Powder Snow down that Licky Licky in 3 Powder Snows. Okay. Okay, they don't even catch here. I was kind of worried about a catch. Actually, wait, there is a way this could get bad, though, right? I do see a way this could be bad. If I'm in Body Slam range on my Licky Licky, actually, this is kind of a smart play by them. Uh-oh. I might be in Body Slam range. Oh, but I just outpace. Because it's so spammy. They were 2 away. They had to swap in, so that was going to desync them, so it wasn't even a CMP. Let's go. Okay, and now we roll out down the Altaria? Okay. That was a really annoying lead. Luckily, Licky Licky as a safe swap actually kind of popped off there for us. Love to see it. All right, next battle. Medi into Greninja? Okay. Is this good? I'd love to say that this was good for me, but I'm sure it's more awkward than it should be, saying I don't have any fast move pressure here. Yeah, they stay in because they recognize that too. This might be weird, but I'm actually going to shield up the first Hydro Cannon because I don't want them Night Slashing me after the fact. I want them to throw just straight up Hydro Cannons here. Okay. Not really the quickest swap out by me. I tried to swap a little bit sooner than I did, but then I didn't. Oh, man. This is awkward. Ow. This is so bad. This is so bad. Dude, these ghosts, like, I don't think I've had a game without a ghost in it so far today. Is ghost just, like, the best type in the meta right now? It honestly could be. Ghost might just be the best typing in the meta right now. It's fine. We come in Celio, and we start Powder Snowing them down. Alright, they save so much energy there, and they bait out my Medicham, which is a pretty smart play. Oh, that's not a smart play, though, I don't think. Maybe it is, I don't know. Like, I am just happy, though, that my Medicham got a shield this game. And now I get to Dynamic Punch them, too, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna go for, like, a Great here, just to try to see if I can get them not to get knocked out. That is actually perfect. That's actually so perfect. I don't know what's in the back, though. That's gonna be the big question here. Oh, I threw after 1. That is such bad timing by me. Dude, of course, it's double ghost! It's just double ghost! I don't think it would have mattered, because they just have so much energy on that Dust Noir. Like, the only way I win this game is if somehow Celio would win CMP against Dust Noir, but I know it doesn't. Like, I can do this. I can make it come down to a... Oh, Celio loses his CMP as well. I guess I should have thrown earlier, but, it wouldn't matter, like, no matter what. Yikes. Dude, Medicham's, like... Maybe Medicham's not the play. And Licky Licky needs to actually start countering these ghosts, man. Licky Licky's not countering the ghosts like it needs to. Okay, at least we see a ghost, and it's in the lead, and it's not the worst ghost I could possibly see, right? This is very playable here. This is the ghost we're supposed to see, and it's only supposed to be this ghost. Okay, this is really good, because I can go for the Ice Punch here, and if they end up throwing on good timing, I actually get a second one before they get the Shadow Ball through. Look at this. This is so much better, right? This is better than seeing Dust Noir. Please tell me this is going to be what we see more of in the future. And we get the shield. And we go for a catch on what is hopefully a Shadow Ball. Let's see what they do, though. There's always a chance they just went for a Seed Bomb bait. No, it is Shadow Ball, so that's a lot of energy down the drain. Oh, let's go. They don't realize with that sneak, I can outpace them if they try to build back up here. So while they are right now at a Seed Bomb plus a Shadow Ball, dude, they don't know. They just don't know the pacing. That is the power of Licky Licky. Hydro Cannon's gonna hurt here, but at this point, Licky Licky has done its job. Ow. This is actually gonna be a little bit awkward to knock out. I don't actually have any fast food pressure against an Empoleon, but I feel like my Medicham can still finish this off if I need it to. 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have the Drill Peck now. I wish I could Ice Punch here. I really do. That way I could outpace them before they get to the next move, but I think it's still fine. Okay. I think we're fine here. Like, Celio should be decent enough neutrally that we're gonna be fine, right? They probably go for a Moonblast. As long as they don't debuff us. Yeah, we're good here. We go for the Surf. If they no-shield this, then whatever, I guess. Honestly, with that no-shield, I think I just shield this and farm down. Then I Surf the Empoleon and Dynamic Punch it. And then we win. Alright. They mash us this time. We have the farm down. We have a Surf. We have a Dynamic Punch. And this poor Empoleon only has 1 Protect Shield. Should we Ice Punch? I feel like we should not Ice Punch. I want to guarantee this win. The wins have been very hard to get here today, so we just want to guarantee them when we can. There we go. Dynamic Punch should get the knockout. Well, easily. I bet it would one-shot, you know, just from full. But, you know, it does get the knockout as well against the red HP Empoleon. Let's go. Man, ghosts are everywhere right now. I'm not going to lie. Ghosts are just so common. I was hoping that it would just be Gourgeist, but no, people are using, like, Jellicent, and people are using just so many different ones. Dusknoir as well is so hard for this team, so it's fine. We'll, maybe not try Medicham out again for a little bit. If I'm being completely honest, I think that Licky Licky is not as good as I'd like it to be at countering the Ghost-type Pokemon. While it does resist that Ghost-type damage, and it has Shadow Ball itself, it doesn't really one-shot a lot of Pokemon, and if you're down shields or down energy, it can be a little bit awkward, but it's still a very solid Pokemon, very spammy, and I mean, Medicham as well as Shadow Celio can put in work too in this meta. I mean, Shadow Celio, obviously one of the best Pokemon. Medicham maybe, and not quite as much. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.